video, and then we're going to be back talking with Dayna Mcleod, the vegan chef. Shall we roll that?
I am a vegan chef. My specialty is vegan cooking. So I'm not trying to do that gross hippy-dippy stuff. I am making a chocolate creme pot that has coriander confetti, savory grits with roasted fennel, Brazilian black bean cake, wilted dandelion green salad with garlic chips, on top of a red coconut rice with the mango salsa. I'm definitely not using the stove. I'm not using any heat. I'm not using any of the chef's conventional tools, really. Anthony Bourdain has boasted on numerous occasions how much he hates vegans and vegan food.
My antipathy to vegans and vegetarians is well known.
Like, seriously, dude. He's never eaten my food. I've got this in the bag. They're going to taste my food, and they're not even going to know that it's vegan.
I'm confused. I suspect vegetarianism.
Very tense time for you. I'm not going to waste your time because you know my team is full.
I'm good to know. Sorry about that.
There's no animal protein in this dish?
Oh, Anthony, I've been waiting for you to ask me that.
It could have greatly benefited from the addition of one of Brazil's many fine pork products.
I don't mean either. I didn't meet cooks on my team. Sorry.
Welcome,
Thank you.
Dayna Mcleod,
Thank you
a
for having
vegan
me.
chef. How was being on The Taste?
Being on The Taste is pretty exciting. I mean, someone who can bring mainstream veganism to a national network on primetime television is something that's not been done as of yet. So that's a really exciting thing because they've never once featured any vegan chefs on a primetime television show.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. It seems like you're taking on the world. People are actually coming down.
Yeah, it's pretty intimidating because, you're kind of the low man at the totem pole. You've already got a lot of things against you going, I'm definitely the underdog there. But I kind of took that as a challenge and I went with it and I had a great time. And I'm really glad I was able to do it. It was a great learning experience for me, as well as getting the word out to other people that you can make really good food and it can still be vegan.
That's exactly what I was saying. What did you make?
So I made a Brazilian black bean cake, which I put over a red coconut rice and topped it with a mango salsa.
Okay. Oh, I mean, it
And
sounds
it
like a million amazing flavors.
Yeah, I mean, people go crazy for that dish, and that's one of the reasons I picked it, because no matter who I serve it to, whether it's a vegan, a non-vegan, my dad, who's a steak eater, or anyone that you can talk to loves this dish. And so, I wanted to make sure to bring something up to the table that has those big, boisterous flavors.
Wow.
Yeah.
We know you got this incredible range, this cornucopia of dishes and recipes. But all kidding aside, what's wrong with honey and cheese and milk? I mean, that's not like you're killing an animal. What's the problem?
Well, people have different reasons for going vegan. My personal reason for going vegan is for health. And the amount of difference that I have found, it has changed my body. It's a very personal decision, and only you can make that decision. And I was the anti-vegan. I was a conventional chef who used, ribs and steak and hamburger, and I was a total carnivore. And vegan cooking was introduced to me kind of by fault. I was given this challenge by a client who asked me to start creating vegan food, and I was really against it. And I thought, no, I need to eat like I'm a chef, and I need real food, and I need comforting, and I need to feel full. And so that's where I took on this challenge, that I was going to create food that was not going to taste vegan. It wasn't going to be just fruits and vegetables. Nobody can live on fruits and vegetables. I love good vegetables, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to be satisfied for eating fruits and vegetables all day. So that's when it was really neat. I did a book this year on 50 recipes, 50 vegan recipes, and I focused them on people who were not vegans, who wanted to try and give their health a little bit of a boost, and who wanted to try some vegan recipes but didn't want it to taste like vegan food.
Wow.
Well, milk is unhealthy.
That's correct. Any sort of animal product that you have. So anything from milk to butter to fish or dairy or meat or chicken.
Well, just to play devil's advocate, we don't mean to embarrass you here.
No,
You're not
please.
being ambushed. I think as a nutritionist, you would know this. The
Yeah.
only substance on the planet that's meant just to be a food, what is it? Just to be a food. That's the only reason it exists.
Gosh.
Milk. Think about it. That's the only reason milk is there. And I know, we can do without milk.
Sure.
What do you substitute for it? You got,
Well,
milk in a lot of recipes, right?
I mean, the first thing is that we are actually the only species that doesn't drink our own milk.
Oh.
No other animal drinks somebody else's milk. So that should be an indication right there that maybe there's something wrong with that.
Yeah.
But there's so many substitutions now. I have a 5-year-old daughter who is not easy to please. And there are so many substitutions. There's soy milk and rice milk and almond milk. My daughter's favorite is the coconut milk, and it tastes delicious.
Yeah, I
It's
love
flavored with
coconut milk.
vanilla. She loves it. And, my 5-year-old's my hardest critic. If I can pass it over on her, I know I can, other people will enjoy it. There's just so many alternatives now. 20 years ago, it was a whole different ballgame. Nowadays, we are so lucky that we have so many sources to have some great food.
I agree. And I love that you source from all of our amazing local farmers markets.
Definitely.
Because that's what I do for my juices.
Sure.
And you just get a higher nutrient quality food, and it's, we're so blessed to be living in Santa Barbara and having that.
I say every day, I cannot believe how blessed I am. I mean, going to the farmer's market makes me look so good at my job because I barely have to do anything. And my food comes out fantastic, and I've barely touched it. And it's because it's come from this amazing farmer's market. I mean, how lucky are we that we have these at our fingertips and 5 days a week?
I know. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Are you at the farmer's market?
I stopped going. I got a family living with me these days, but I used to go there and shake my head and look up and down and say, where do I start?
Oh.
These rutabagas, those turnips, this person has incredible broccoli. Look at these tomatoes. I get overwhelmed.
I'll take you for a tour.
I know, I've heard you do tours, right?
Yeah, sure. I'll
Okay.
take you for a tour
Dayna
and
does tours.
tell you where to start.
That's helpful.
You don't have, Miss Latham, in your drinks anything non-vegan like milk or honey?
No.
So it's all...
It's my whole line is vegan.
It is?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
But
That's great.
now, are you a chef at a restaurant, or do you get booked into
No,
homes? How
I'm
does it work?
actually a private chef.
Okay.
I cater to celebrities, high income people. I have a lot of clients here in Montecito, so I'm a private chef.
Okay.
In the past, I've cooked for Barbara Streisand and
Have
Bill
you?
Gates, and
I was going to
for
ask
Oprah
you,
Winfrey.
without naming them, if you did any celebrities, and then you went and named them.
yeah, absolutely. Yep, most of my clients have been celebrities in the
Is that
past.
right?
Yeah.
They're vegans.
Yep, we've all, people have realized that their health is really important.
Yeah.
And they have started to realize that there are substitutions and you can still have some great food.
Mm-hmm.
And the
agreed.
protein, besides beans, what is there for your source?
There's tons of protein out there that you have now. I mean, one of my favorite products is a vegan sausage. It's made out of the soy. You would never in a million years know that it was vegan.
Really?
I give it to people all the time, and I don't tell them it's vegan. And then after I say, so, how'd you like that sausage? Wasn't it great? And they say, that was the best sausage I've ever had. I said, yeah, and it was vegan.
Oh, no.
Really?
So-
'Cause- oh gosh, the like faux meat products kind of like freak me out.
My biggest thing is not all products are created equal.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
Agree with
the
that.
biggest thing, because if someone tries a bad product, they're never going to try another one of that kind again. So people will say, oh, I tried this vegan cheese and it was disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, let me give you a name of a different one. Please just try it. And, it makes a world of difference. They're just not, it's just like any other food. You buy one thing and there's 20 brands of it, and not all 20 brands are the same. So if you get the right product, I will agree with you. There's some really not so great
I know.
vegan foods out there.
Most of your
It's a shame.
restaurants will have a veggie burger, What's the common element? Is it the soybeans? It isn't all of that makes it sort of taste like meat?
Well,
Your
I
veggie
mean, it
burger?
depends what kind of veggie burger you're getting. Some make it with beans, some make it with soy. There's a million different kinds of veggie burgers these days. So it just depends on what they're giving you.
Okay. Business good?
Business is fantastic. I'll tell you. I mean, living in Santa Barbara, I'm very lucky because
Yeah.
this is the place where the demand is. I mean, people in California are very health conscious. They realize that it's time that we have to look at living longer and that we want to feel better. And I was one of those people who never looked at that stuff. And when I started doing this, my life definitely changed.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Forgive me for maybe not knowing something that's obvious, but do you have a book out? Is there a recipe book?
I do. I contributed 50 recipes to a New York Times bestseller this year. It was called The Lean by Kathy Freston.
I wanted to ask you, how did you get involved with her?
So Kathy Freston is a vegan advocate
Okay.
and an activist, I guess you would say. And she approached me. She had tried my food before, and she approached me and said, I'm writing this book. I would love for you to show these people that you can have good food. It doesn't have to be beans and rice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, we collaborated on this book, and it made it to the #3 spot on the bestseller New York Times list this year.
That's amazing.
Well, I don't want to embarrass you, but next time you're on, you can. I'm not insisting, but you could bring some of your stuff, and we
I'd
would
love
probably
to.
gladly eat it right here.
You would
be
really
more
like
than
it.
happy to.
Really? You like it? All right.
That's like the best part of my job is when I see people eat it who have never
Ooh,
eaten
yeah.
vegan food.
Absolutely.
Give us a website. How do we reach you?
You can take a look on the web at www.aveganchef.com.
A vegan
Vegan
chef.
chef.
Dayna Mcleod. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you. This was a real pleasure.
Yeah,
ladies,
Thank you so
you-
much. All
We
right.
got a minute to go to the phone with.